Hey, I'm Shannon Galladay, and I'm here live in my home office in California. Thank you for joining me live or watching the recording. It's always great to connect. So post below if you are joining live or watching the recording. I'm excited to talk to you today about how to get out of a rut. So if you've been in a rut before, if you know anyone, please comment below, tag someone that you know. I would love to help you overcome this obstacle. So I'm Shannon Galladay, and I help women, mostly moms, crush their health and fitness goals, and I also mentor people to do amazing things with their business, online business. I've been in business for over 5 years, and I absolutely love helping people to exceed their expectations, or to crush their goals and go for big things in life and just make it happen. So anyway, absolutely love it. So today I want to talk about getting out of a rut. And first I want to share a little story. So last year, if you've heard me talk before, last year I kind of got in a little rut. I was just kind of feeling like in a slump, and I was just feeling like, why are things not happening? Like usually I'm just like an energetic, excited, like full of life person. And last year I just kind of felt myself like sink. It wasn't like a depression. It was just like this funk. Like I'm just not loving, like things are just not happening. They're not working like, with my fitness and with just life. I don't know. I was just in this funk. So anyway, I was just like, how do I get out of this funk? And so, part of it could have been I had a baby. So I had a baby a year and a half ago. And if you've ever had a baby, you know how it is. You don't sleep very much, and you don't get out of your house very much. And we moved to a new city, right when I had our baby. We moved into our house a few months before, and we moved to a new state. It was all new. I didn't really know anyone. So anyway, there were lots of factors. And, being away from family and friends, and I'm just kind of in this slump, and I was just feeling sorry for myself. I don't know if you've ever felt like that, you're just feeling like, oh man, like I used to live in Arizona, and I was like focusing on that. Like, oh, I used to be successful when I lived in Arizona. Like I was in better shape, and I was more successful in my business, and I was just like, poor me, right? So I was like, okay, I don't want to be like this, and I want to make a change, and how do I do it? So some things that helped me just to get out of that funk, and it's been awesome to pull out of that and to, be my excited, happy self again, because I feel like I've got me back. I'm super excited now. And so some things that I did to get out of that funk were, number one, I had to get out of my house. If you're a stay-at-home mom, or if you don't really do much out of your house, you might want to think of going out of your house. So what I did, I joined a mommy and baby fitness class. They're actually remodeling it, so it's been under construction for like a month. So I got out. Hey Betty, great to see you. So I got out, I went to a mommy and baby fitness class, and that was awesome because I could go with my baby, and I could go out, and it was fun for her, and it was fun for me, and we could focus on that time together. Our older girls were in school at the same time. So that was something I did. The other thing that I was really wanting was, adult conversations, and I love business. Like I absolutely love, online marketing and traditional business. So I joined a women in business group locally, and I joined it last fall, and I started going to the business meetings, and it was so fun because we would talk together. I'm still a part of it. So we would talk together and network, and I learned so much. Like I was one of the youngest people there, and I just loved it. Like I loved learning from those ladies, and so that was great. Another thing is just going outside, like going on walks, like even if it was a little colder, but just getting out. So that's my tip number one. Tip number one is just get out, start meeting new people, especially like, I don't know, for me, I had a baby and I moved to a new state. So that was kind of hard. And the people I did know moved away. So I was like, I'm starting all over. So anyway, get out of your house, get out of your house, start meeting new people. Tip number two is, find out what fuels you. Like find out what fuels you. Like what is your passion? What is your excitement? So for me, I love doing hard things, okay? I absolutely love it. Like when someone says you can't do something, like it just makes me want to do it more, right? So like for me, a big goal was to run a marathon. I've talked about that before. So to actually accomplish that goal was like so amazing for me to be able to run a marathon, 26.2 miles. So anyway, but finding out what's exciting for you, what fuels you. So I signed up for the Spartan race in June, right? So I started training for it, and this is making me excited. Like I am terrified. I am terrified to do the Spartan race. Like I'm a gymnast, I'm a dancer, like I'm a girly girl. I'm not like climbing ropes and climbing walls and doing crazy things. Like I am not that type of a person. Like this is way out of my comfort zone. And I met this lady locally who she's like determined to train me and to help me. She's amazing. So she's helping me climb ropes and climb walls. You can see my pictures and videos, you know, we've posted the last couple of days. But it's exciting for me. Like I'm so excited. Like when I climbed, I didn't climb very high. I just climbed a little bit of this rope yesterday and I was like, oh my gosh, I climbed the rope. And then I jumped over a wall today and I was like, I climbed over a wall. So anyway, the race is in June 3rd. And so we're getting ready for that race, but that is exciting for me. Like it's a hard goal physically, and so it's exciting for me because it's something I've never done, and it's just like exciting me. So thanks for the love, Betty. So tip number 1 is get out of your house, do something with other people. Tip number 2 is find out what fuels you, what is your passion. And step number 3 is to set new goals. So I don't know about you, I'm a really goal-driven person. And I've reached and met a lot of goals in my life, and it's really fulfilling for me. I mean, like ever since I was younger, I've always made a list of goals and I always check them off and, just go for the goals, make it happen, no matter what it takes, make it happen. So the thing is, the problem with that is like when you reach the goal, it's kind of like when, I coach people on their health and fitness goals. So they reach their goal weight, and then what? Then what? You have to set another goal. And so for me, like I reached a lot of my goals this, last couple years. Like I really wanted to replace my full-time income with this online health and fitness business. So I did. I wanted to help us get into a house. So we did. I wanted to have another baby, and we did. I mean, that's kind of a goal you can't control. But just like I set all these kind of goals that I wanted to reach, and then I was just kind of not feeling the drive anymore. I wasn't feeling excited about anything because I didn't have anything to go for. So I made a huge goal this year, and if you've heard me talk, it's to help 100 people to earn a full-time income running an online business. And that's a huge goal. And I actually talked to a new mentor I started working with. He's awesome, and he's helping me. And so I shared my goal, and he said, have you told anyone? Have you talked to anyone about this goal? And I'm like, yeah, I've told a few people. I've told my team. I've told a few people. And he's like, no, you have to declare it. Like you have to put it out there. You can't just like hide this little goal because, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of scary for me. That's scary for me. And he's like, we talked through it. Like, why is it scary? Like, why are you scared about that goal? And we worked through it, and he's awesome. I'm excited to talk to him next week. And so it was just like, I needed to set a big goal that scared me. And I'm doing all these crazy things like climbing over walls, climbing up ropes, and that's way out of my comfort zone. It's scaring me, but it's like facing my fears, even like, so I'm running into the wall today, right? Like I'm running into the wall, and it was just like I was running and like bouncing back. And so the girl, her name's Brittany, she was like, no, like you can't like run in and bounce off. Like it was like I was going towards my fear and then running away. It was like, okay, I'm going to go and then I'm going to run away. But she's like, you got to go into it and then just go through it. And so when I thought like that, it's kind of like our fears, like you run into the fear and you go through it instead of going the other way. And a lot of people, they face their fears and they go the other way, and so then they don't ever accomplish their big goals or their big dreams because they're like, the fear is too scary. I got to go the other way. So it was just like exhilarating to me to go into the wall and go through it, even though it was a fear, because I was like, what if I fall? What if I can't make it over the wall? Like all these fears. And I pushed through and I went over the wall, and I was just like, it is possible. It is possible. You know, I had the physical strength. I'm really into fitness and working out. So I had the physical strength. I just didn't have the mental strength to believe that I could go over this wall. And so when we're creating our goals, to think, does it scare us a little? If it doesn't scare us, then it's not worth going for. Because for me, like I set some goals last year, and you know, I made some of them was like put 5,000 into retirement. Okay, that's cool. You know, pay for a retreat for my team. Like that was cool. Like these were cool, but they weren't like huge goals that like fired me up. Like, oh my gosh, I'm awake. Let's go. I'm ready. You know, so think about when you have your goals set, like it has to give you drive and excitement in life. So those are my tips. I hope that was helpful for you. That's helped me so much. I know I was just struggling last year, and I'm coming out of it, and I'm super excited and pumped, and I just want to share my tips with you guys. So I hope that was helpful, and leave a comment if that was helpful. Share this with someone you know who might be in a funk or need a little uplift, lift. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.